Howdy out. Today is November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much to all the veterans out there that have sacrificed so much. You put in all the time to keep this country safe. And I'm able to do what I'm able to do here on the farm because of you guys. So I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So on the farm today, I'm working on chicken chores. I have the pearl whites out, giving them some watermelon slices. And it's a beautiful day, so probably just relax and enjoy the farm. You know, it's weird hearing Red Ryder crow because he's in with the pearl whites and Rusty, he's right behind me there, he rules that coop, so he kind of keeps Red Ryder down. But when they're all out roaming around, you get to hear a different crow, which is kind of cool. He's got to work on it, it's not that great. Howdy out. Today is November 13th. I was looking back at last year, and this time last year there was snow on the ground. It's currently in the 60s. It feels great out. Really thankful for the warm weather. I stopped by the feed mill and picked up 6 bags of my adult layer chicken feed, and then I also picked up a bag of starter for the chicks. I didn't know they had starter feed, so I'm gonna go ahead and unload that, and then we'll start on chores. It feels so good having 2 full tubs of grain. Every time it gets refilled, it's just a good feeling knowing that's there. I do have another trash can this size over at the smaller property, just haven't brought it over. I've just been setting the bags of chick feed in there. That's probably the last bag of this that I'm going to use. I get that from Tractor Supply. Now that I know that the feed barn has the starter and grower, I'm probably just going to get it from them from there on out. Only thing is I don't know how much weight my car can hold. It would have been nice to get 2 bags of that, 2 bags of the starter, but then I also have 6 bags of that, and I just don't know. I don't know. I don't want to weight my car down too much because each of these bags are 50 pounds, so that adds up really quick. But anyways, that is a great feeling to have all the chicken food taken care of for a little while. Wow, still got some flame from that fire. That was yesterday's fire. That's impressive. Just a little bit left. I think that wind's really helping to kick it up. Anyways, yesterday my dad and I were out here at different times. My dad was out here before me, and he worked on the nesting boxes in here and got them all set up. So that's super nice to have done. Chicks over here doing good. They were climbing up the ladder yesterday, made it all the way to the top, which is cool. They enjoyed their watermelon. Ate that out completely. But it looks like they're all good. I put a little bit of bedding in here the other day because they kind of concentrate under that one far heat lamp. So bedding has slowly begun, but there's still a lot of good green, so I don't want to cover it up just yet. So I think the only thing left to do on this coop is put a little bar up here so the chickens can hop up on that and then hop in the nesting box. Oh yeah, and then up here, had some drip down a little bit, but I think that's gonna come off pretty good. But we're trying the foam and using plastic to suck it up to the barn. Actually looks better than it did yesterday. Not so great in some spots. It was a little too windy to do it really well. So we just gotta button that up a little bit so rain, if it washes in, hits the barn and runs down, I don't want it coming down here and just messing up all the bedding. I don't mind a little bit of water or snow, but I don't want a monsoon dripping down. So gotta work on that, and then the bar for the nesting boxes, and then this is done. So this project will be over with here soon. Hopefully I won't have to put chickens in here for a while. The weather's looking really nice, so I don't think I'll have to put chickens in here for at least another couple weeks. So looks like we're in the 60s. I did see some 40s the following week, but nothing terrible. So far so good. Howdy y'all, today is November 15th. I just got a call from the custom embroidery shop and they said my hoodie's done. So I'm gonna go pick that up and then we'll head out to the farm. Out at the farm now. The hoodie looks fantastic. It's currently 65 degrees, so I don't need it. Maybe later today. It looks weird with the corn down. You can see all the houses and barns and everything out there. But the garden's completely taken up. I left my little patch of horseradish and the berries I got from the farm party, and then my dad mowed everything over, and that's a wrap. Completely picked up, so I'm glad to have that done. Alright, so the next project I'd like to work on is the fence. So it's halfway done at this point. Just taking a quick inventory of everything I have, everything I need. I ran everything last night, but didn't realize I had so many bags of insulators left, so I think I need 6 to finish it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit of this one. So that's good, and I do have a little bit of wire in there. I don't think I have any ratchets. Oh, I do have a ratchet in there. Okay, so I have a little bit of stuff, so that'll help get started. I do have some T-posts sitting in a pile over there from the garden. I think there's 15. That might get me this front stretch. I have to measure it out because there will be 2 gates in there. Over by the pump here, I'm gonna have one walk-through gate, just a small gate. And then over here, I'm gonna have a larger gate tied onto this post. And then up here, this will probably all turn into gravel at some point, but there's no rush on that. So that's kind of the plan. Work on the fence. I have to do the front row there. Probably most involved because there's 2 fences or 2 gates. And then I still have to do this whole run here. That is a good looking fence. Coming out to do a quick measurement. Pretty sure I made the T-posts 8 feet apart. So I just want to make sure I got that right. They were 8 feet apart just like I thought, so that's good. I'm going to kind of map out where the small gate's going to go and see if I have enough T-posts for this front line. Howdy y'all, today is November 16th, gotta get on chores. So the Cuckoo Marins behind me, I unplugged their heat lamp for the first time overnight, and it looks like they all did just fine. I think it got down to 39, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't a night that it's actually freezing, so they were fine. I'll probably go ahead and plug it in tonight, maybe off and on, kind of wean them off that heat lamp. They're over 2 months old, I think, at this point, so they're plenty fine. But they're doing good, so I'm gonna go ahead and move them, and then we'll hop over and do all the other chicken chores. I really need to get back to the feed mill and get some more chick feed. I only grabbed 1 bag. My car was already loaded down with 6 bags of my adult chicken food, so I didn't really want to weigh my car down too much more with a bunch of chick feed. So I'll probably make a second trip because I only got 1 bag of chick feed. Be nice to have a few more on hand. So I do have 50 growing chicks up and coming. All right, yeah, it's a little breezy today, but give you guys the full view of doing chores here. I've got to move the net so I can get the coops moved. So we'll start with that. Currently unplugging the solar box there, and then all you got to do is pull up all the stakes. So that'll take a little bit of time. Get to the opening here and at least get the coops moved first. Chickens are always excited to get moved. I don't have a ton of time to do farming stuff today as far as extra projects. Been a little busy with music stuff. Actually played on the news this morning, so that was fun. Got 3 more rehearsals today. I honestly need 3 lifetimes to do everything that I want to do in just 1 lifetime. So, doing everything I can with all that I have. So I'm having to move this net about every 2 days. It hasn't been terrible because the weather's still nice. Thank goodness it's not really muddy out here. It hasn't been super cold. So I'm appreciative of that. What I usually like doing is either walking along back, popping all the coops up, or walking along the front and picking up all the food and water out of everything. The Buffs left a little egg here. Why? I don't know. But we got one. Just throw that in their food jar. Then I just go along, grab food and water out of all the coops. Set it off to the side. Chicken chores don't take too long. I can get everything done in, an hour. So once I have all the food and water out, I go around the back of the coops, pop them up. I'm definitely a fan of the design where all you have to do is step on it and it falls in. The ones with a little bracket, got to use 2 feet, which isn't a big deal, but it takes an extra few seconds. So once all the coops are up, just pull them forward. Start with the Buffs and Marins here. When I finish doing a coop, I'll walk around back and pop it down on the ground and go to the next one. This coop here is probably the hardest to move. I don't know why. I do need to shorten this rope a little bit, make it easier. I think the wheels on that back part are a little too small. That looks good. That door doesn't latch all the way sometimes. Get the Americanas. That coop's not the easiest either. I think because I put some metal underneath the back to help it slide easier before it had wheels, I really need to take that off, but just haven't. But the chickens all walk up real good. It's a little cattywampus. Turn that. You can see the lanes where the chickens have and haven't been. Last but not least, the pearl whites. And just like that, all the coops are moved. Didn't really take much time at all. Now I round up all the feed and consolidate if I can, because sometimes there's a little bit of extra left in all of them. It looks like I might have enough to fill up one of the smaller ones, maybe. It's just that much less that I have to carry out here. It's not so bad when they're all empty like this, but once you get a bunch of feed in them, they get a little heavy and you only have one finger holding them up. So a few of these don't have as much feed in it. Just gonna push that over. Should have enough to make one. A little breezy today, kind of blowing at my eye. Alright, so I was able to get one full one. Then I just take one of the empty ones. I'll take the one where I had the random egg already in it from the Buffs and fill that up with eggs. That way I don't have to carry out a separate basket for eggs. Just throw it in a empty feeder. Keep it simple. Give you guys the food here. Egg production's not great this time of year just because we're not getting a lot of light. Days are kind of short. The pearl whites really haven't slowed up at all, which is nice. So for all my egg customers, you're going to see a lot of white eggs. Probably not too many blue eggs, and a few brown eggs in there. That's all the eggs. So I take up this feeder here full of eggs. I pop that into an egg carton, and then, or egg cartons, probably only need one egg carton for what I got today, and fill up the rest with food and run it back out here. One of the last things I do to close up, put this hammer up here, is plug in this box. So that's for the chicks that are out here. I have it just going down, out. That's my ground rod. And then the insulated wire comes up like that and goes out to the chickens there. I have yet to forget to unplug it and shock myself. I came close today to forgetting to unplug it, but so far so good on that. This one's definitely stronger than the solar one out there on the bigger chickens. So with Thanksgiving coming up, tomorrow is going to be a big egg washing day because a ton of people are starting to put their orders in. So I think I'll be pretty busy with that today and tomorrow. Howdy y'all, today is November 17th. It's a little chilly outside, not the best weather, but honestly it's high 50s, so it's not bad. It's just a little breezy. So today the farm's open. It's been open for about an hour to the public for people to just come in and get eggs. It's open on Fridays. This weekend I have a ton of orders. People are doubling up on their eggs for Thanksgiving because that's less than a week away. So I've just been sitting in here for an hour and a half washing eggs, and I still have plenty more to do, so that's all I'm doing today. Even though there's no more leaves on the trees and things aren't as green as they once were, it is still a beautiful evening.